What is going on? Joshua here. I hope all is well with you. I have been meaning to do this for a while. I just did an interview with one of my students actually. He was an experienced trader. And if you don't know, I've been working with a few students, a handful of students, teaching them a concept of mechanical trading. It's a style of trading that's a little bit different, but this guy was pretty much trading for several years without getting anywhere. He had done courses, he had spent an arm and a leg on courses, 5-10 grand courses. He came to me and we did some work together. We did a private mentorship call, one-to-one, which is what I do with my students. And on this call, we cover some key concepts that I thought, you know what, I spoke to him, I said, hey, is it okay if I share this with people? I think you're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, let me know what you think. See you soon.
Oh, that was there, that was there, this is there, that's there, that's there, this is not there, you know, and the arguments just all roll over, and they do sort of influence where you get what you're doing, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
And I guess,
Where you're not getting it on this one.
yeah, I guess without calling anyone out, we don't want to mention any other names. Or I don't like, slagging off anyone, or it's just natural.
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
gonna compare it to your over experiences, but you've been trading a while now. You've been through many courses. Like you've been here and you've been applying what I've given you. Just generally speaking, in terms of like comparing it to where you were and where you are now, how would you describe what we do in terms of like how it feels as a trader? Can you now see a path to where you can live off your earning if you were to continue this?
Yeah, it's been simplified, and yeah, I can actually see the way forward. At some points in my journey, as I say, over the last 18 months or so, it's been a like I can't see this happening sort of thing. But now with this as a simplified strategy, it looks, and with what's been going on recently with the results we've been getting, yeah, I could see that, yeah, this could actually work, yeah,
Mm.
without a doubt. It's a simpler strategy. There's less faff going around with the rules and regs, and it sort of makes it easier on the head to be able to just get in and get on with it.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously you had traded before, but even if you weren't a trader, if you were a brand new beginner, do you think you'd be able to pick this up instantly and start applying it?
It'd probably be easier, to be honest, because no, I mean that in a because when you come to this later down the line after you've been on other things, you've got all the as I say, all the tech talk, everything's in your head that you've been learned before. So I'd imagine if you just come to this without doing all of that, this would be like a breeze
Hmm.
compared to the other ones, because it's like, you know, just a tech term, getting your head around stuff, you know, whether you're in the right place, make the right decisions at the right time with the rules and regs. Whether like you're trading against the market, you're not with the market. You're blah 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 blah. It all comes in, and it all lands. It all etches itself in there. So by the time when you come to something, and you in a way you look at stuff, you look at things to because it's simple. You look at stuff to make it difficult. If you get what I mean, you look at other things. Oh, well, yeah. Well, if you haven't had that coming in and you don't know any of that, I would imagine it's a lot simpler to execute it, because you're not looking at anything else, all the other stuff, which you, in a way, you need to dump. And like one of the messages you put on there about forget all that, dump it. This is it. And I'd imagine coming in with no experience of it, because you've got to learn the candles, you've got, you know, none of your Fibonacci's, you all, yeah, all them different things. You, they're done. It's not there.
Okay.
So it's literally, if that does that, you enter. The
Yeah.
only thing you've really got to learn how to do is learn how to place a trade.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, it's literally okay. There's a few liquidity points and stuff, but that's only if it's been them through and and messed around in the Asian session. But other than that, marking a few liquidity lines on and entering once the candle's set up is pretty simple compared to
Yeah.
any other faff you get taught.
Yeah. Like
And
honestly,
as I say, with none of that in there in the first place, probably a complete breeze. It would have been handy coming in to this
yeah, yeah. That's,
because
yeah.
you just wonder whether you think like you it's another thing that it's to the actual area you're in. Everyone talks up all the terminology, this and that, and you think you need to know it all to be able to do it. Where the bare bones of it is, you just need to press the button at the right time.
Yeah. That is the honest truth. If I said that, sometimes people think it's just you're making it sound too good to be true. And it's like, it's good that you're saying this and I'm getting this feedback from you because personally, like I don't want to sort of overcook it or oversell it or make it seem like I'm selling a dream. Like this is
Yeah,
the your own experience. And I felt that way as well. We have been conditioned to work for money, to exchange time for money. So sometimes people naturally think, oh, if I want to make money, I have to make things hard. That's why they go and study
yeah, yeah,
psychology and trends and 10
yeah,
indicators. And it's like you're just making it hard. Like it's
yeah, yeah.
not.
Well, yeah, and at the end of the day, you can do, and that's another thing I've learned. You can do and make it as hard as possible. I'd say hard as possible, but you can have all the indicators in the world and in this point, that point, and that place your trade. You can't control the outcome of that, no matter how much you've studied what it's doing coming up to that point. At that point, once that goes in, that market is going to do what it's going to do. There's too many outside influences and people pressing buttons, buy and sell, that is totally out of your control.
Yeah.
And once you've entered, you're just at the market's mercy, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing you sort of have to get your mind around is that it's nothing you've not made a mistake.
Mm.
You've just obviously you can if you've entered on a completely wrong candle or something like that, you go, yeah, you've made a mistake. But if it's done this, done that, you've entered. After that, market's decision, nothing to do with you. There's nothing you can do physically to change that. It will go your way or it won't, and that's it. And then, and do all the tech behind it. Do as much. I'm going to try this and indicator, that indicator, put this on, put that on. Once you press the button, that can go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're at the mercy of it, and it's just you can control what you put in, you can't control what comes out of it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing you do have to get your head around as well is the fact that you have got to get that it's nothing you've actually done wrong. Because I mean, to be honest with you, like that one I was just explaining now, that trade, that would have been classed as not valid, but it won.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like I want to really focus on what's important because like you're at a stage where like you're up. How much are you up? Again, you said 5% this month?
Six. Yeah,
you're
six.
You're up 6% this month. And the truth of the matter is, if you've had enough funding, this is someone that you've come in, you've just put your head down and got clued up. But imagine if you had, let's just say 300K in funding, which is my recommended amount for someone who wants to really achieve freedom without any limits, is at least 300K in funding. If you had 300K in funding right now, 6%, just do
18 up.
You're looking about 18 grand.
Yeah, 18,000 up. Yeah.
So you would have effectively made someone's yearly um, yearly,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
like,
that's it. That's it. Yeah, you've heard what someone can take 6 months to a year, right?
yeah,
Like in a you know McDonald's or whatever,
yeah.
earning.
Or some people who have literally maybe gone and spent that amount on a degree or whatever you want to call it, or a car or whatever, or any materialistic things. I'm not saying that because we want to put anyone down, but it just goes to show that it didn't take more effort. Like,
Yeah,
you actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said earlier that you removed things, you started doing less rather than before you were doing more. So less is
yeah,
more, essentially.
yeah. Well, this is what I'm trying to drill into my 14-year-old at the
Yeah,
moment,
yeah,
and because he don't get on at school and stuff like that.
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's super intelligent. He just don't like school, So and I've been sort of drilling it into him that if I mean, I know you can't do this till you're older, but even if he started at sort of 16 or 18 or whatever, if you this, why spend 20 grand on a uni course
yeah.
when you can
Absolutely.
just do this and you can just start earning?
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong if you want to put your kids in private school, uni. Listen, private school. My daughter, she's definitely. I've set her up for private school.
Yeah,
But, they start at about 13, 14 grand a year.
yeah,
You've
that's
done
what I mean.
that. You've just done that in less than a month. You know,
Mm,
you know
yeah,
what I mean. So
and
what
that's it.
what what would you say to someone that's still faffing about risking their own hard-earned money, putting 500 quid in a brokerage account or trading with nothing wrong with that, but comparing a small account to a prop firm account, like, what's been the mindset shift for you to where you now feel like prop firms are more appropriate?
Well, they it's a fact that um, at the end of the day, they it is obviously the funding. To get that funding, to make that amount of money would take forever and a day, wouldn't it? Off of um, unless you've got it. Unless obviously you've got that amount of money that you can just go, I'm going to do that, and you know, but then life would be quite easy for you anyway if you've got that sort of dollar in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, yeah, if you use other, if you can use other people's money, use other people's money.
all
You
of
know?
you
Yeah,
get to restart
exactly.
and try again. So I think
Yeah,
the beauty of mechanical trading is, like, no matter what, like, that if you stick to your plan, you stick to your rules, you will live to fight another day. The only issue,
hmm
people break the rules, and if you break the rules, then hey, you're gonna probably blow your account or lose more than you
yeah,
accounted for. You run a business, and mechanical trading is about knowing that I run a business and I have to pay my expenses some days. So if I take a loss, it's an expense I pay, and when I win,
yeah,
hey, profit. But the bottom line is I've accounted for my expenses. So I'll limit my trading to only getting to two entries for a day, and I'll risk 1%
yeah,
every trade. If I lose two trades in a row, I'm done for the day. That's 2%. It's not going to hit my maximum drawdown. It's not going to hit my daily drawdown either. And I can live to fight
yeah,
another day. I can trust
hmm
tomorrow, and hey, maybe tomorrow will be a profitable day. Maybe tomorrow will be an expense day. Either way,
yeah,
I'm fine because I've got my mechanical rules in place.
yeah,
So the rules
yeah.
are the rules are
It's just getting that in your head
yeah,
that's how this works.
yeah,
It's not, you know, yeah, it's getting the basic
yeah,
um, rules in your head.
yeah,
So this is how this game works. As you say, it was a lost day.
for me,
Tomorrow, well, I'm gonna profit, blah, 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 or I could profit, maybe a lost day. But
yeah.
but getting all that in your head is and the getting it out of your getting out of your system that this ain't personal.
It's belief. I tell you what, and I know we have to wrap up in a moment, but
Yeah,
belief. What I've just told you. I didn't believe it before, like 3 years
yeah,
ago, 5 years ago. I didn't really believe it. I kind of believed it. 3 years later, started to believe it even more. now 7 years into trading, I believe what I've just told you as much as I believe my name is Joshua. Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
and yeah. I suppose.
so you
But
have
when
to get that level of belief, because if you don't believe what the rules are gonna look after you, you're gonna break them. You're gonna break them tomorrow. You're gonna feel FOMO, and you believe in FOMO or you believe in the rules. You believe
yeah, well, this is it. Yeah,
in 2% or you believe in the rules. So you have to.
Mm.
But either way, you will feel the consequences, and what will happen is the market will humble you to where you say, "All right, you know what? It's been X, Y, Z amount of time. I've been breaking the rules. If I did follow the rules, which is why the journal is so important, because if you were journaling for trades based on accurate, effortless, flawless execution, so always document what flawless execution looks like when you're journaling. Like you said earlier, you were journaling the ones that were the rules. Journal what would your P&L look like if you had executed flawlessly, and then maybe have a separate journal where you journal the trades that you actually took. And then after a month, go back for this month, track all those trades. At the end of this month, look at that, look at your actual P&L or your wins and losses versus what flawless execution would it look like. Just set 3 up. And I tell you, you'll see that, okay, maybe I should just follow the rules. That's how you believe. Like I look at my journals and I realize, oh my good God, I would have done 50R this month rather than trying to get 10R in one day. You know, stuck to my rules. So that's the power of mechanical trading.
Chill as that. Yeah.